Hello, class. My name is Dr. Nancy Lopez Castillo. I will be your adjunct faculty for EDL-590 Educational Leadership Capstone. This will run from April the 9th through May the 20th, 2026. This is my fifth time teaching this course, and I have had an absolute good time reviewing all the capstone projects, and everyone has done exceptionally well. So for this week, we are looking at April 9th through 15th, 2026. A little bit about myself. I do want to share with you that I did go to visit Grand Canyon University in September of this past year. I was so excited to be on the campus, even though I do this remotely. And here you can see my husband. We decided to take a picture. At the bottom left, you will see my family. I have three children, a male, a boy, and two girls, and they all three are married with children. And then you'll see me in the circle with my CrossFit family. I've been doing this for 4 years. It's really exhilarating. Even though up in my age, I am able to lift, I'm able to squat, and so forth, just to get that energy and to get the bones moving. And don't think that I'm a big competitor. I am not. I just do what I can. At the bottom right corner, you will see me also when I started to assist the independent school districts here in the Rio Grande Valley in Texas, where I went to go mentor some principals that were needing some assistance, and I finished my that job just about a week ago. It was a very fulfilling job. My knowledge has been passed down to the younger generation, giving them all the insights on budgets, especially not the discipline part, but more of the managerial, operational, and budget aspects that many educators make mistakes in. I'm going to give you my background, my education. I do have an Associate's of Science in Mathematics from Austin Community College in Texas. I continue with my bachelor's in mathematics from Pan American University in Edinburgh, Texas. And I obtained my master's in educational leadership in May of 1997. That would be at the University of Texas Pan American. It's the same university, but the name had changed. This is a year in 1995 when I went back after having my third child and finished it within 2 years. This is a time that we had to physically go. We really didn't know anything about Blackboard or Halo or anything like that. But let me tell you, I'm so glad it has moved into this type of delivery of instruction, as many educators do work, and it gives them a lot of time to be able to review at their own pace and also to chat with each other on the different data systems that they're able to communicate with each other. My doctorate of educational leadership, I went back when my daughter graduated from high school. I didn't want to stay home alone. And my husband and I are by ourselves now. And so I decided to go back and obtain that doctoral. And I finished in 4 years, started in the fall of 2014, starting off with this superintendency certificate. But I decided to join the doctoral cohort group. And I was the first one to finish in my cohort in 2018 in 4 years. So I was very excited to do that. After that, my colleagues and I all have completed after we were 11, and our last cohort member finished about 2 years ago. So my dissertation study was graduation as a function of mobility, attendance, discipline, math, English language arts, and parental educational attainment of the cohort group 2015 in one South Texas urban school district in the Rio Grande Valley. A very interesting study. It was very qualitative. I was looking at five data points when the senior class was in fifth grade when they first took their first assessment. In Texas at the time was tax, so I studied this under the tax era. We have since moved to STAR. And believe it or not, the one that had the most impact, a correlation coefficient, very low, but still one of the top ones at zero point 0.5 was English language arts. So English language arts does impact graduation, and not the other variables were very low. So education leadership capstone, the description provides educational leadership candidates the opportunity to implement an innovative solution to educational issues. And here is where you're going to be conducting research, data analysis, and as well as analyzing research themes to draw conclusions. And so part of this also includes practical field experience of 30 hours. Fingerprint clearance required. There is a form that is considered online on the Student Success Center. The course overview, topic number one is engaging with your mentor. laying out your plan. Two is conducting the research and data collection, part one. Topic three, data collection, and here the conducting the research, part two. Data analysis is topic four, analyzing the research themes and drawing the conclusions, topic five. And topic six, it would be the action research final presentation. There will be weekly announcements and topic breakdown videos. There is a discussion question forum in our space to be able to dialogue and learn together. So you will see here in the class resources, class resources is all the different databases that you can enter and some compliance items as well. And I'm sure all of you have access to this. You are very familiar with it. Here, the Student Success Center, the Education Leadership Research Guide is noted. Chapter 11 also talks about conducting teacher action research. You might want to read that before you get started. And the Lopez right, so make sure you refer to that. On the next one, we do have the International Society for Technology and Education Standards for Educating Education Leaders. And then you have the National Education Leadership Preparation Standards, followed by the Professional Standards for Educational Leaders. We moving on to the Association of Advancing Quality in Educator Preparation, the College of Education Academic Program Competencies, and you have the Character Education Research Guide, followed by the Canyon Center for Character Education and Resources. And here you'll see when you go into Student Success Center, you will be clicking at on the Masters of Education in Educational Leadership. And so you have the research project overview and the action research template. And so week one, I will go ahead and navigate in a while to Halo. And so you have week one summary. I think everyone is very aware of how this works. A summary of the course, class introductions, topic one, discussion question one, and number two, your planning guide. What would it look like? Topic one, participation. This is where I give you your points. And education leadership action research Capstone project part seven, implementation and data collection. So over the course of the study, you have been working on something very similar to this. So you have engaging with your mentor, laying out your plan. Yeah, the objectives are written, and you have the summary of the current course content knowledge, class introductions, like I said, the topic discussion questions one and two, action research planning, and then you have your action research planning template that you would be downloading and uploading so I can review it. Here you have more information on the data collection, participation, and participation is very paramount to the learning experience of this course. Do make sure that you participate weekly and provide some feedback and provide a thought-provoking question to the students. The follow-up responses to your classmates and so forth. Number requires post each day is one. Number required days per week would be three. And we do have some tips and tricks. Acknowledge, bring more ideas, and conclude with a question or statement. And then you have the grading scale. The recommendations is to come up with your plan. I think by now all of you have a plan. And this is the same one that I use for students. I do want to remind you that I will post what we call a classroom assessment technique. I want to know where you're at, how you're doing, and try to respond if you are able to. And my phone number is there. Please feel free to contact me. Don't be worried that you sent it so late because of the time zone. I do respond. May respond a little later, but I do respond. I do want to create a WhatsApp group so that if everyone has the same question, you'll be able to respond in that manner as well. So let me go ahead and share Halo. So here we do have the calendar for this course. This course is the Educational Leadership Capstone. And so here's our first week. All of you should know by now how to navigate. But when I reference here the course syllabus, basically what I do in the course syllabus, I go ahead and look at copying all this information, snipping it and place it on my PowerPoint. It's the same information that you will see on your side. Where you're going to find the Student Success Center, here is where you're going to navigate and you're going to search for College of Education. And then you're going to be looking at the master's in educational leadership. When you get into the Masters of Education and Educational Leadership, you're looking at the Clinical Field Experience Handbook, Educational Leadership Action Research Project Overview, and so forth. But if you keep going further, you have your Clinical Field Experience Handbook, Practicum Field Experience Frequently Asked Questions. You might want to navigate that. And it moves on to the verification step-by-step guide slides, Educational Leadership Orientation, and the Educational Administration Internship Application Consent to New Program. And so this is what you will need to ensure that you fill out and have your principal mentor also fill out. So I do want to remind you, class, to ensure that you do review all the information. Please make sure to contact me either through a text or WhatsApp or email me through private email if you have any questions. I know all of you are going to do fabulous. You've gotten this far, and I know you can do this. So good luck to all of you.